Hey everybody, this is Garrett with Earth and Time, and I was passing through the town of Mesquite, Nevada, about an hour or so northeast of Las Vegas along Highway 15, and I saw this donkey history museum, and I'm so interested and so fascinated by what am I looking at here that I had to stop and come take a look. Now, I normally have a different setup with a microphone on, so I'm hoping the audio will be okay on this. I'm shooting this all on my phone today, but I had to come check out the Donkey History Museum and take you all to see it with me. Let's go take a look. If you want more information about the Donkey History Museum, it is free admission. They're closed Mondays, and most days they're open 10 to 4, except for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they're open 9 to 5. And you can actually get more information about them on visitdonkeyhistorymuseum.com. So as I enter in, just a quick pan through, it looks like they have stuff on the gold rush. They have a lot of donkey memorabilia as I pan through. And they have a bit about donkeys over on this other side. So let's go actually find out what this museum is all about. Here you go. So here's something I done. Donkey versus burros. Donkey is an old English word that began in the 17th century. It's a combination of dun, referring to the dun gray coat, and key, which means small. A burro is a Spanish word, comes from brachius, a Latin word that means small horse, term used by most of Latin America. Donkeys and burros are the same animal. However, wild donkeys in the American Southwest of Mexico are often referred to as burros, likely because they are descended from the donkeys brought by the Spanish. Look at that. Other donkey-related terms. Jack is a male donkey. Jeanette, Jenny, female donkey. A foal is a baby donkey. That word, its original name for donkey, derived from the Latin word asinus. Look at that. A mule is a hybrid between a jack and a horse mare, and a hinny is a hybrid cross between a jenny and a horse stallion. Learn all kinds of new stuff today. So donkeys and burros were well known as pack animals, especially here in the desert Southwest for a lot of the miners and early explorers out here. And these are the kinds of things they'd actually carry. So from food to tools, cooking utensils, camping supplies, and they're just good friends. And the Gold Rush Gallery with a sluice box and everything, and a donkey ready to carry some gear. I love that they have a selfie spot here with this donkey. Who needs friends when you have donkeys? This donkey's even riding up there, watching his friends pull away. We have a gold sluice here, which we're not too far away from California and the Sierra Nevadas, where the gold rush took place in 1849. And burros were central to the success of the gold rush because they would carry a lot of weight and were great pack animals. Here is the start of the history of donkeys. Interesting, donkeys were first domesticated by the Mesopotamians and Egyptians around 5,000 years ago. Wow, and they're traded throughout the world. Apologize about the glare. Donkeys first arrived in the Western Hemisphere on Christopher Columbus's second wave in 1493. And they quickly spread throughout the Caribbean. They were used for agricultural, mining, and transportation. And eventually they were taken to Central and South America. And donkeys first came to what is now the United States back in 1598 when they crossed the Rio Grande into what today is Texas. And I already mentioned the gold rush. So there's gold in them hills. In 1849, the spark of the gold rush brought donkeys out west, and they played an important role, especially in these arid regions where they were hardy animals that could transport goods and gears and help people out. And again, they were just good friends to have around. There are a lot of wild donkeys in the western United States. In 1971, President Richard Nixon signed into law the Free Roaming Wild Horse and Burro Act. This made it a federal crime to round up, destroy, or otherwise harass wild horses and donkeys. If you ever want to see a lot of donkeys wild donkeys, you can go to Oatman, Arizona, where they roam through the old ghost town there. And eventually, I hope I can go there and do a video. And of course, donkeys are throughout literature. I always think of course, the Shrek one, donkey. And of course, they weren't only pack animals, but they're also used for transportation in general. So you can use mules specifically because they're a mix between the horse and burro or a donkey. So they are potentially a little bit bigger. So they can be used for pulling carriages, for riding as well. There's a little donkey pulling, looks like a little wagon somebody could sit in. So instead of horsepower, you could have donkey or burro power. Let's learn more about donkeys as part of military history. So donkeys were instrumental in lots of different areas, not just for the settling of the United States and specifically the West, but they also had an important role during military conflicts. Here's a donkey ready to go out at a British military base during World War II. Swearing in of a donkey into the US military. Sounds like donkeys were central to the campaign against the Japanese in the southeastern portion of Asia and the Pacific theater. They used donkeys a lot in those regions to help carry supplies. And here's a donkey being used, pretty recently during the war in Afghanistan by US Special Forces. And I apologize again about the glare. And they have an old Jeep here from World War II. Here's the contemporary artist area, which I really like that. That is really beautiful. And look at the pictures of the donkeys. And of course, donkeys played an important role in the movie industry. You'll see them on these videos. Oh, 2 mules for Sister Sarah. I forgot about that one. I think that was filmed pretty close to here too. And maybe in the Kanab, Utah area. Had to double check that. I love learning about the history of what they'd use the burros for and donkeys for. Like here's a 20 mule train. And so this was a really popular way or the best way, especially in places like Death Valley. So this is from 1883 to 1889. They would run borax, and which of course they used for laundry detergent and soap back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They call it 20 mule team borax. And this is what that would look like. Pulling these heavy borax carts to get processed and to get sold. And it was donkeys and burros that made that happen. They really cover everything here, from cartoons with donkeys in them, a lot of political cartoons, to advertisements, to old Western shows showing how the donkeys were used. Oh, look at this. Adopt a burro, save a piece of American history, and make a new friend. I think they quite literally have almost everything. Here's a donkey puppet. And tchotchkes galore. And one of my all-time favorite places, Calico Ghost Town. In fact, I actually used to work at Calico Ghost Town when I was in high school. That's a whole nother story, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go there someday and do a video for you all. The proceeds from here go to helping the Peaceful Valley Donkey Sanctuary and Rescue. So please look them up and please help support them. So they have facilities based in different states, including here close to the Mesquite area, and actually across the way in Arizona. It sounds like in scenic Arizona. They also have their largest ones in San Angelo, Texas, and hopefully I can go visit there sometime, because that's a lot closer to my house in Houston than this place is. I am so happy I was able to come here, support this place by coming to share this video with you, and I hope you all learn a little bit more about donkey history from this and burros, and learn a little bit more about them in general. And I hope you can make a trip out here sometime, or if you're passing through this area, come take a look at and support this very unique and wonderful museum. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick trip to check out the Donkey History Museum in Mesquite, Nevada. If you're in this area, as I already mentioned, please come take a look at it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. You can see a lot of other history, especially unique history in unique places. I really enjoy taking you all along with me. I hope you had fun today. See you later and take care.